We're back with my friend.
Barely.
What do you mean barely? I got
shifted around.
I got the expert here, Mr. George Philbeck. He is one of the founders and leads the GPS team over at Exp Realty. And we've been talking about, the success of this brand, the market, what you need to know as a buyer. There's a lot of people that are actually listening in, and I kind of want to shift this focus here because, as we mentioned, whenever a market is good in real estate, you tend to have a large influx of people that want to become realtors. And what happens is a lot of people rush into the industry, and unfortunately, when the market goes in a different direction, a lot of people exit the market at the same time too. So one of the things that I want to talk to you about is, I know what your passions are because I actually listen to you on a daily basis on a lot of these masterminds that we do. You're passionate about real estate and you're passionate about this brokerage in particular. How does becoming an agent and becoming a part of EXP benefit an agent that's considering real estate today?
Training. First and foremost, the training. It's absolutely incredible. We have so much in there that it allows an agent to reach their potential as quickly as they choose to.
How so?
Let's say you're a brand new agent. With what we do to bring a brand new agent up in the first 4 weeks, they're already generating business. They're already able to fully work with buyers and sellers, and that's knowledge, and it's pushing them. And for anybody out there that's brand new, here's a thing. You know this. I know this. It's a 40 to 50 hour a week job. Make no misunderstanding about it.
A lot of people think getting into real estate is actually easy.
A lot of people are wrong. It's not easy. It's hard work. I worked my butt off the first 4 years.
I think it's the most emotionally taxing roller coaster career that you could possibly get into. And the sad reality is a lot of people think, you just list a house, take some photographs, put it online, sell it, and you make, a bag full of money. And the truth of the matter is, I think the statistic is a new agent only makes $16,000 in their first year, or $8,000.
If they're like, the big statistic that's out there is that 80% of the agents fail after 2 years, and that's not necessarily. I think that's a statistic we can work with. I truly believe that 50% of the agents are going to fail because their illusion is it's just easy. I can do it when it's 40 to 50 hours a week, and the other 30% just never had a chance. Nobody invested in them. Nobody said, we can help you. Here's your steps. I mean, you and I do this all the time. Being accountable to what your goals are. Correct. Is critical to your success in those goals. And we talk about that daily on the mastermind calls. How can we hold each other, help each other be accountable to our personal goals? That's the secret of GPS.
And what a lot of people don't talk about, which is really important here, is we as human beings have a fight-flight mechanism innately built into our DNA. And by nature, what we always do is we always seek pleasure and delay pain as much as possible. And unfortunately, when it comes to doing stuff on a day-to-day basis to drive the engine of your success when it comes to business, you're going to have to do a lot of painful things on a day-to-day basis that, you don't know, so you feel like you're stuck in the mud. And a lot of people don't know what next steps that they need to take. And they're always delaying that they're essentially delaying the pleasure they're extending the pleasure and trying to delay the pain as much as possible until that sad moment comes when, you don't have enough money to survive, and so on and so forth. Or better yet, you're stuck and you don't know what the next steps are going to be.
You're not doing most people won't do what they need to do to get to where they want to go.
Correct.
I love saying this. You hear it all the time. I should probably copyright this, but time on task over time. Yeah. 5 words. Mm-hmm. If you remember those 5 words, everything is possible.
Absolutely.
I know your goals. I know what you want to do in real estate. I know the goals of most everybody that's part of the GPS group because we talk about that.
Correct.
And everybody has different ones. How do we get them there is part of what the daily masterminds are about, part of what the partnership is about. And everything we have is available for every single person. There are no secrets. There's no secret sauce.
There isn't, just hard work, really.
Yeah, people think there are.
And showing up.
Well,
and showing up. I'm a big proponent of personal development. And, I shared a quote with you the other day that I love. I say it all the time, which is, wherever attention goes, energy flows and results show. It's actually the process of manifestation. I talked about this last week, right? So when we have about 60 to 75,000 thoughts on a daily basis. We keep thinking these thoughts, and if we don't have a strong feeling attached to it, coupled with the bridge, which is the action that you need to take, you'll never have the results that you want. Right. And a lot of the time, a lot of the people that have goals that are not even thinking about getting to real estate have no idea of where they're going because they're drifting like a little piece of wood in a stream, having to go wherever life, the universe, or whatever their family situation happens to take them. But in a beautiful career such as this, and especially within the brand that we have, there's a lot of different ways that you can actually build a great business and build a great career, not only in terms of buying and selling or investing, but actually learning and growing through helping other people grow within your business. Because I'll tell you, if you want to become a millionaire, all you need to do is solve a problem for 1 million people and charge them $1. Literally, that's it.
Zig Ziglar. Yep,
right?
That's exactly right.
And at the end of the day, all you need to do is you need to be in a collaborative environment where you're helping people grow. You know, and I didn't really want to go here, but I'm gonna press you here. Okay? And I'm gonna ask you a tough question here. I want to push you so that you can share with people that don't know about this, about the numbers, how the numbers work in terms of what additional benefits can you do to actually grow your business in a greater, more lasting way than just focusing on active income, which is buying, selling, working with people, or even just investing. Remove the veil and tell everybody what's the secret behind this organization's success.
Like every other brokerage in the world, we have the opportunity to help buyers and sellers buy and sell homes. We have the opportunity to buy our own properties, flip our properties, investment properties, rental mortgages, title companies have ownership and all there, but there's a difference. With EXP, we also have an opportunity to be rewarded as an owner for helping to grow the company. That means here's a conversation. Let's say you and I are talking and we're having a conversation about your real estate business. I'm like, oh my God, we just had a conversation. We're doing a mastermind on that. Plug in. You're like, wow, I really like that everybody shares.
Correct.
And you say, well, I think I'm going to move to EXP. First off, it costs me less, which usually in almost every circumstance, it's less expensive. And I have far better support tools, training, and this collaborative environment is great. Well, if you join EXP, all of a sudden, poof, we just grew the company. We helped grow the company. A friend of mine said, let's do this. Now, here's the fun part. In most every brokerage, you've got a managing broker, a team leader, something like that, somebody who's compensated. Their compensation is $50,000. Their bonus is $50,000. And their job is, number one, and I hate to say this, but their number one job is to make more agents show up at the company because that's how the brokerages make money, period.
Yep.
They make money by having more agents. So if you did that person's job, and their normal job is they have to attract 10 people per month to make the company work and continue to grow with the attrition rate. If you did their job 1/100th of the time, shouldn't you receive 1/100th of their compensation? Because at EXP, we don't have that person. We have happy agents.
100%.
That's revenue share. And revenue share is something that no other brokerage I know of offers it. There's some that offer something called profit share, but that's profit. Revenue share is off the top. Here's the neat part. 50 cents of every dollar that comes into EXP, that's the compensation that agents pay to their brokerage. 50 cents of every dollar goes back to the agents that help to grow the business. If you help 10 or 15 people over the course of your 3 or 4 year career, that's going to turn into something a lot more dynamic than $1,000 a month. It can get very, very large. And nobody wants you to do this. You're a real estate agent. Dawood, you stay in your line. You sell homes because that makes sure everybody makes their money. In EXP, it's a little different. How about this? How about if we make you so incredibly happy with the support tools, training, and everything else that you're like, this is great, and you tell a friend, and the friend joins in, as opposed to paying a team leader or a managing broker, somebody that's paid to recruit, you just share that with a friend of yours and say, hey, come on, and by the way, we'll share everything with you. And your friend goes, yeah, that'd be great. Why wouldn't you get compensated? You do. In EXP, 50 cents of every dollar goes back to the agents that help grow the company. 50 cents of every dollar.
And you know what? I think for a lot of people that don't understand the model, always refer back to, oh, it's one of those multi-level marketing, networking kind of things, but now they just slapped a different face on it, and it's called real estate.
Lotions and potions. You see that? There's no hair potion here. This isn't multi-level. It's agents helping agents. The more I help, the more agents that we help, the greater our compensation for doing so. It's not for free. You don't just, it's not like, oh, here you go. It's just, that's part of it, that we're all working together. We're synergistic.
And, we talked about this in the last segment. And one of the things that kind of irked me was when it came to building a retirement plan. And one of the things that I like about here is that every transaction that I do, I get a chance to reinvest in the company with a stock award, right? And this is another question that I'm going to push you on because we don't have a lot of time left here. What does that look like to you? And I really want you to kind of like tell us really what that looked like for you in the last 3.5 years.
Okay, so I have to give the background to it real quick. Every agent has the opportunity to purchase stock at 5% or 10% below value. 5% of our commissions go towards that. We get stock when we sell a home. The first home of every year, we get stock when we cap every year. If we sponsor an agent, we get stock for that. I've invested a total of $23,000 at my 5% in the last 3.5 years, and I can tell you with today's current market, I have I have a lot of stock.
What's a lot of stock?
A really, really lot.
Like over 100?
Like $500,000.
What?
Yeah, it cost
From
me
$23,000?
$23,000.
Listen, I don't know if you're planning to get into real estate or not, but if that is not an incentive for you to join.
Hold on. You hear this all the time. Well, it doesn't really have any value. You can't, you got to lock it in for 3 years. I can only sell $220,000 of it today. Right now, I could liquidate it and pay off the mortgage on my house and both my cars.
And it didn't cost you anything.
$23,000.
I know, but you didn't actively go out and do that. You just set it aside.
No,
I mean, it's almost passive income here.
It is. It's a company, again, saying, hey, listen, we want you to be an owner.
Where do you get an opportunity to do that on a regular basis?
It took me 3 years 3 months investigating this company. I interviewed the CEO, the CFO, the COO, 72 agents. And I had to make sure it was the right one because I was going to make a big wake. Coming from my last brokerage, I was fairly well known. This is the future. It's the future of real estate. It's the fastest growing real estate company in the world.
I like it. We're expanding into a lot of places. George, thanks for being a part of the show. If you actually want to learn more about EXP or you want to have any questions answered in terms of real estate, give me a call. You can always reach me on my website at realsensenow.com. On my phone, 321-229-1217. And of course, on all social media platforms at dawoodbedrosian.com. Thanks for tuning in to Real Sense Now. We'll catch you next Saturday from 11 to 12.